What's good YouTube, Target here and welcome to another episode of Design and Manage, my City Skylines Unmodded Let's Play series. In the last episode we have expanded the road layout as you can see right now, and today I think we are going to expand on this and start zoning our first houses and maybe even start building a bit of the sunken part that I told you about. But before that, let me just show you what I've done. So if I just take off the cinematic mode, we can see that I have built a few more tunnels. So I figured out that this was going to be a very problematic connection because it is the only off point from the highway that will lead to this part of the city. So I created a tunnel that will lead to this part of the city and thus avoiding traffic. And I also made this additional connection that connects this part of the city to this part over here. So overall I think it will be very efficient with traffic. So one of the things that I want to start doing today is work on the Sunken Park, and I have already decided that I want to put this thing over here, the Central Park. This is probably the largest structure on the vanilla game, if you count the DLCs as vanilla, and I think I want to put it right about over here. And unfortunately it doesn't seem to fit. I know it needs to be connected to a road, but even though I think it would be very tight, so I think I need to expand the sunken area. So I'm gonna do that right away and I'll meet you guys in a couple of minutes or seconds. Okay, so I have adjusted the road layout and I think we now have enough room to place this baby up. So let's go ahead and start drawing a road because it needs to be connected to a road. And let me just make this ground level. Let me figure out a good location for it. We can make a road over here. That seems like a nice place. And let's see if we can place this with no problems. It seems that we need to delete a bit of the railroad just to get this going. Let's see. Okay, look at this. Let's take a look at this. This is a very interesting park, actually. It has an open-air amphitheater for some concerts and stuff like that. Very good. And it seems that we have a small gap over here, but I don't think we can do a lot about it. We'll just keep it. It's not a big deal. And oh, by the way, let me just turn this off. We don't want to spend any money on this yet. And let's readjust the railroad. So it needs to come over here. We just put it over here. Maybe this. Very good, perfect. We will also need to work on this part over here, so before I forget, do this, and maybe we can make a solid connection. I wonder if I can do it. Maybe it's easier from this side. Make sure it's perfectly aligned. Let's try it over here. Okay, it mimics this area over here with just one length of bridge, which is fine, we'll keep it. And we need to connect this road somewhere around over here, and I think we'll leave it like this for now. There's also another thing that I want to do, which is I want to turn this road into a bridge. Not a bridge, sorry, a tunnel that will go underneath this part over here that will eventually become commercial and will come out over here to what will become another pier stop. So in order to make the tunnel, I think I'm just gonna grab the terrain over here, expand it a bit, kind of like so, and let's see what I can do with this. Will this be a good tunnel? There is only one way to find out. Oh, beautiful. This is what I live for. Let's just continue the road, make sure there's no naughty surprises. And yeah, of course, it ruined it. This is... let me just fix this. Okay, I managed to do it. Very good. This will be our tunnel that will connect the park to our future ferry stop. That will be very efficient for tourists that want to visit this park. And now that you're at it, I think we can connect. Let me just turn the snapping back on. This thing over here. And that will be good. Perfect. Alright guys, I smoothed up this part of the terrain so that the tunnel doesn't look so awkward in this position, and I've also connected this road to this road over here and made this very pleasing curve. And I think I can also connect this road to the main part of the city, and I think this will be a good location for it. So I'm just gonna delete this. This as well, and I'm gonna make a small ramp that goes from over here to over here, and the way I'm gonna do this is just by dragging, and it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let me just try to do this again. Okay, it seems to be working much better now. Very good. Let me just put the train back where it was. We want as much land as possible for this park. Alright guys, now that we are at it, I think I am going to develop this park a bit further. I think I'm going to develop the pedestrian path and cycling path for this part of the park that will eventually connect not only to the park but also to the main city. And there's also another thing that I want to do. I want to work on this pathway over here that connects this park, or this part of the park, to this part of the park, because I do not like how narrow this thing is. So I think I'm going to work on that. And yeah, I think I'm going to turn it into a time-lapse, and I will meet you guys in a short minute. Enjoy the time-lapse, guys. Alright guys, so I've done a lot of work, as you can see. I started developing the pathway network of this part of the park. Eventually I'll have to expand to this part over here, of course. And I also went ahead and already started working on the pathway layout of this part of the city. So I've already developed a connection that goes from this part to this part over here, which will be mainly offices and commercial. And I've also done some little details, such as this connection from this part of the city to the pathway that will go on the park. So this road over here, this is me just explaining what I have done. This road over here is a normal pedestrian path, made for pedestrians, of course. And this one over here on the outer edge is actually a cycling road that will travel the entire length of the park. And that's pretty much it. I've also smoothed some corners in some specific areas. I think it worked out. I think this very straight decrease in height is very awkward sometimes, and I think smoothing up the terrain in some areas really helps out in making everything much more natural. And in the future I will also have to put some trees and make this entire park, this center park, just blend inside the sunken part and make it seem like this entire area is just one single park. But again, that is something that I will do within the next episodes. This is a slow project. I want to take my time on doing this. I also probably want to put some more connections for the pedestrian paths that connect the park to the upper part of the city. But again, that is something that will be done in the future. For now, I think we are going to stop working on the park, and we are gonna meet some demand of our city. And as you can see, we have some demand for commercial and also industrial. So what I think I'm gonna do is fill the rest of our leisure district. Oh, and by the way, there's something I wanna do. I wanna come here and oh, this is a capital I. I didn't even notice that. Thank God we are gonna change the name. I wanna change it to Kaidetman Red Lights. I think that is much more original. This is just a small little detail. But anyway, let me just pause the simulation. I wanna delete this over here. And I wanna zone some commercial around over here. Good. And I wonder if I should make some kind of pathway network around here. But I'll leave it for now and we'll see how it develops. Also, I want to make sure that everything is connected to power. It is not. This is going to be a problem. I need to... let's see. Forget it. Let everything just build and eventually we'll... okay, no, never mind. It's not gonna work. Alright, so this part is already developing. I was able to delete that awkward power line that was over here. And I think we can also go ahead and delete this, as we don't need it anymore. And now that we have this entire district zoned, there is something that I want to try. I basically want to come over here, go to the policies, and I would like to make this a big business benefactor. This basically makes your entire commercial buildings double their profits, which is pretty good because this is a very dense commercial area. One problem is that this is not a normal commercial area. This is a leisure specialization district. So I do not know if any of these will work, because this is for small or lower density commercial buildings, and this is for higher density commercial buildings. So I'm not really sure if it works, but since we have zoned this with high density, I'm gonna go ahead and enable this, And let's see if our budget moves. If it does, it means it is working. Okay, I don't think anything is happening. Let me just try enabling this. See what happens. You know, it's weird because since this has a cost of 2 cents and 4 cents for each commercial building, this should be lowering our income for a little while, but it's not happening, so I'm guessing these do not work with the commercial specialization or the leisure specialization. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it. It seems that we are in need of some parks, so I think I'm gonna repeat the same pattern that we have used over here, and I'm gonna put some plazas. I'm gonna try to make it as central as possible, like this, and I am gonna put a pathway to connect the entire thing. Let me just disable the road guidelines, and there you go. Get out of the way, blimp. There you go, and there you go. And what else do I do here? Yeah, we can just go ahead and connect everything over here. That is good. As we are in need of more commercial demand, I think we can continue expanding our zoning. So I'm gonna select the high density commercial zoning tool, and I think I'm gonna zone this entire thing over here, and I'm gonna make a pathway over here. Why not? I left a small gap in between our blimp depot and our commercial zoning. That should be fine. And I'm also gonna go ahead and zone this thing with offices. So probably like this. Good. This area is really starting to look like a big commercial slash office area, and I'm really enjoying the way this is turning out to be. I'm really liking the direction this is heading towards. But anyway, we have zoned some offices and also some commercial, so I think we can expand with our residential, and I think I am gonna zone our newly built area over here. I've already developed a pathway network over here, so I think this is a good area to start off with. And there's one thing that I want to do though, which is connect this pedestrian pathway to this part of the city over here. So what I think I'm gonna do is make a small connection. Let's see how I can do this. Okay, I think this connection is good enough for now. I made a simple pedestrian path that goes right below the interchange and connects to this road and also to the main pedestrian network. So without further ado, I'm gonna start zoning this. Let me just make sure that everything has water. Yes, it does. And let me also check that everything has power. I need to make a temporary connection over here. Okay, this is gonna be enough for now. Let me start zoning my first residential blocks. And oh, they started zoning right away. That's really good. And they're not connected to power. This is not good actually. But I think I can fix it with a small park. Let me just check what we have here. I wonder what kind of park we can put in here. How about this one? This seems like a good park for this location. Or maybe this one, I don't know. Okay, we can put a small playground, that's fine. Let me just go ahead and connect this over here. Oh, and it connects to these parts over here, so we actually do not need this. This is just perfect, very good. And let's keep zoning. Alright, this area seems to be developing quite nice. I think we actually need some more parks. So I've already been checking out this area, and I think this is actually a good location for the small park, because look at this, guys, it fits just perfectly. So I'm not even going to think twice. I'm just gonna plop it. And you know what, I think I'm gonna put a second one over here, or maybe over here. Where should I put it? Well, I'm gonna put it over here for now. That's good. And let's also keep zoning the area like this. This is very good. Gorgeous. Beautiful. I think I wanna dezone this part of the residential area over here. If I can just do that like this, good. And I'm gonna zone it with offices, and that's because this area is very close to this off-ramp and there's a lot of noise pollution, and I think the offices will make a nice gap. And I'm gonna also put them over here, and also over here, and over here. I'm gonna go all out. Let's keep zoning with residential. I want all this to be residential. Like this, and why not? Let's just zone this entire area. Good. And maybe over here as well. And over here. I think this area needs a bit more work. I really do not like how this blank space is being wasted. So what I think I'm gonna do is grab this park and put it over here. And on this gap, I think I'm gonna put a high school. And I think I'm gonna put it around... How about here? Good. And we should also place an elementary school. Probably in the same location. I wonder if we can actually fit everything into one block, but no, we cannot. Maybe if I switch it around... no, never mind, just leave it like this. Actually, it was like this. I'm just spending a lot of money on doing this, but that's okay. And okay, our elementary school, right. We need to put it... Where should we put this? Okay. Yeah. That's good enough over there. And I think I'm also gonna move this park over here. And I'm gonna zone this with residential over here. And some more offices in this part over here. Alright guys, before I finish this episode, I think I want to provide this new area with its own dedicated bus route. And speaking about bus routes, on the last episode some of you mentioned that I should make this, how should I say, bus routes counterclockwise, so they are coordinated a bit better with each other. And I think that's a good idea, so that's something that I'm gonna do the next time I manage these entire bus routes. But for now, I just want to touch on this part. So what I'm gonna do is, let me see. This time I wanted to go on the other side of the road, and I wanted to go over, let's see, over here and over here. That's good. And over here near the bus blimp, near the blimp depot, should I say. And I want the route to go through this tunnel because I do not want it to go through this main road, because this is the main road that is connected to the off point of the highway, and I do not want excess traffic on this road. So I'm gonna continue this bus route through this tunnel, avoiding the traffic as much as possible. Okay, the line is complete, so let me just turn it into another color. Let me just put it... Oh, it's not this one, this one. Let me just put it a dark shade of green. And I think I'm gonna do another one counterclockwise, just to make things a bit more interesting. And I'm gonna go over here, here, around here, through the exact same stops. Okay, the new bus route is finished. I think it has a very nice coverage. It connects this residential area not only to the blimps but also to the ferry stops and also to the leisure district. So I think it will work out pretty good. Alright guys, it seems that we have reached the next milestone and we are now a grand city. I didn't even know there was a milestone at 16,000 residents, but apparently there is. And it looks like we have reached it within this episode, and with this we have unlocked our third loan and also the solar power plant, which is something that I do not think I will use on this map. Let me just see when is the next milestone. At 26,000, I see. And that's also when we unlock a new area to purchase. Very good. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. On the next episode we are going to continue working on the layout of our Sunken Park, and I think we are also finally going to connect our cargo station to the main industrial sector. So keep your eyes open for that. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow the development of this city, and finally, if you want to connect with me on social media, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have fun!